Welcome on back. So I just wanted to do a quick music this morning, and I keep forgetting that I have this really awesome situation where I have like an illager outpost. I've got this map. I've been exploring this whole map section to the east, I want to say. Um, oh, so it's like right there somewhere. What is that? What is that? Interesting. So a little background. I think those are sea turtles and baby sea turtles. But when I started up Minecraft today, it had a Star Wars theme loaded. So I think this is Star Wars mixed with, like, I don't know what that's supposed to be. And the music sounds like Star Warsy, or but I also have the city texture pack on. So anyways, oops. And also I need to hold the treasure map here. I'm going to find the treasure. So, anyways, my main reason for this was that I do want to give this like the time it deserves and have like an enjoyable time, exploring this map and using. But I wanted to talk real quick about, well, a few things, like what the government's doing right now, and just kind of like, so a lot of people are concerned that the USAID has been raided and that the payments are being examined and, corruption is being sought out. However, you know my whole thing is like if they find a lot of corruption, which supposedly, and so, in a little background story, normally I don't watch things like InfoWars, and like Alex Jones seems kind of like a radical, and understandably so, because I did watch a couple of the episodes the last couple of days, and he had proof that the CIA and the FBI were targeting him as a white supremacist movement, which is ridiculous. Like, so I know he's a lot of things, but I have never once seen him have a clip saying, like, anything like dangerous or violent towards other races or demographics or anything like that, um, except for Democrats. And then when he says Democrats, he's referring to the ones that, just like how President Trump refers to rhinos as like, the people that are so corrupt and bought and paid for and like not working in the interest of the American people, but working in their self-interest. So some American people, and that's probably how they sleep at night, is like, well, I'm an American person, so me pocketing millions of dollars in these payments is justifiable. Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's a city texture pack or I think it's glitched. Like, see that? It's like a mix between what Star Wars is supposed to be doing and city texture. So, anyways, wait, do I have a bed? I do. Okay. It's kind of hard to see here. But anyways, I just wanted to jump on real quick because they're raiding the USAID thing, and supposedly they have all the payments, every payment going back 100 years. And that's great. Like, a good audit should happen from an outside agency, and the fact that they've been policing themselves this whole time is concerning. Now, actually, I don't know if that's a fact. I'm just saying that I think that's what's happening, because if there is a bunch of corruption, like is being said, and they're saying that they're already finding things like where, and now they're talking about seizing assets from politicians that have been enjoying kickbacks and payments and whatnot from these things. So, and I was, having a discussion with a family member, borderline argument, because she's still like I was, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, like the Democrats can do no wrong. And she even said, like, and I'm not trying to like talk down on her or anything. Like, I have a lot of respect for her, but she even said, like, the Democrats are not without blame, and she brought up Obama. I actually have a book of Obama's assassination stuff with the drones and how, like, it just has details about his use of drones in the military, and I borrowed that book from a friend that was hardcore, COVID, like, get your vaccine, get your shot, and all this, and like, but he had other reasons. Like, I mean, he had a family member pass away from Complications that wouldn't have been a problem had she just gone to the doctor. And that's the sad state of things. And it's like, and I sympathize with that. Like, you know, I had someone else that had that happen. He had plenty of money. Like, he could have gone, but he just didn't. So, okay, where is this chest? Because, like, it's supposed to be here somewhere. It's kind of annoying that it's underwater. So, but anyways, you know, let's look at the war on drugs. I have several friends and family that they got their house raided, flipped, searched. I've had my house flipped, like my mattress tossed and not put back. Like they don't even care to put it back. Like they're just throwing things around, completely disrespectful about your stuff, and they're like, "Screw you! You're a druggie, you're a drug dealer, whatever. Like you're a criminal, urban terrorist, and whatever other colorful label they want to apply to somebody who's basically a hippie that." You know, would hardly ever hurt anybody unless, you know, provoked, being a total Jedi, only working in defense. You know, funny, speaking of Star Wars and all this, this definitely has some Star Wars influence. I feel like that music sounds Star Warsy. It's not city. So, anyways, I say let them all be found out. Like if someone is stealing and they're no, it's stealing. It's breaking the law. Like, you know, and I get it why Elon wants to do all this stuff. Like he has paid the most in taxes. It's funny because I actually sent him a trophy and I haven't seen anything and I might never see anything. But that's going to be at the back of his mind. He's going to be like, wow, there was that one guy that sent me a trophy that said for paying the most taxes in human history. And I don't even know if that's really accurate. Like Bezos might be right up there too, but it's between him and Bezos. So it's a 50-50 chance that, yeah, he has paid the most taxes. So, and I feel like he's even surpassed Bezos, so like as far as wealthiest. So, I mean, and he has a lot. Well, actually, they both have a ton of companies, but either way, it doesn't matter. Like, there are more than one ways to solve a problem, and when you learn computer science, it's one of the first things you learn is like, okay, well, this way didn't work, but hey, there's this other way. I'll just do that, and that's way easier. So there are many ways to fund the government. The first one is to, you know, cut spending. Now, and I'm not saying Medicare, Medicaid, or, you know, anything that affects the poor people. You can't cut that spending, but I'm talking like military budgets, runaway military budgets, and like the things that we spend on things when we could have been spending a fraction of that just hosting these people and like showing them the ways of life and basically leave it to the party people to have people come in, you know, round up a bunch of Airbnbs, have them come and party, see what it's like, and then see that it's really not that scary. And then they go back to their countries, and then they take that attitude with them, like, you know, weed's not all that bad. And then people look at them like, what? Like, yeah, I knew a guy over there. He smoked like every day. Like, didn't seem to have a problem. That's me. I'm talking about me. But and actually, when I lived with a bunch of Middle Eastern people, I didn't. I was actually on probation for that whole time, so they didn't see me stoner me, but they saw me like as a result of a lifelong use of weed, and they were like, okay, this doesn't seem scary at all. Like I like this guy. I trust this guy. He seems nice. He seems respectful. Like, you know, and we're worried about hashish. No, hashish is not. And actually, that's kind of the funny thing. Because hashish, when I think of hash and hashish, like that's like the heavy concentrate stuff. Like, okay, I could see people having problems with that. Like, you know, and people have done that probably because it's so hard to conceal a stinky plant. So they're like, okay, well, let's just make hash and like, you know, yeah, it's stronger and more concentrated, but it doesn't stink as bad. I mean, you can mix it in with the hookah and like, you know, conceal it. We used to call that a dirty hookah. So, and even that, oh, there we go. There it is. A dirty hookah. No, it should be like a super hookah. Yeah, heart of the sea. Me gold. Ooh, TNT. Gotta go get some air. All right, so this is worth it. But anyways, I just saying it, you know, and I do support the Democrats as much as I can. Like, I mean, not really financially or anything like that, but like I've never sent money to a politician because it's like, you know what? Nah. But let's see, chainmail boots, potion of water breathing. Oh. But my take is if you're guilty of theft, then you're guilty of theft. If we get punished for tax stuff all the time, like, shoo. Speaking of which, it is tax season. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. And I'm working on setting up my streaming environment. So I'm going to be getting back on the Twitch here soon. And I'm going to be smoking, maybe not on camera, but I'm going to be stoned quite a bit. Well, not even stoned, because that's kind of a bad word. Like, you don't get stoned all that often. Like, just being a cannabis user is a lot different than, what people portray it to be. Yeah, see, I feel like it's like conflicting with Star Wars. Oh well. So that's the treasure map. We found the treasure. That's our original one. And yeah, we're on the east, so we've only got a few more minutes. Let's go ahead and continue exploring while we chat about this. So, anyways, it's just like, there's so many people up in arms about, and like even like protesting out front of the USAID building. And I think I saw something about them like going into the USAID building forcefully and trying to cause interference and a ruckus and all this. And they were already being compared to January 6th as like, oh, how is this different from that? Like you're trying to disrupt, an investigation by a private entity, an auditing entity, to come see, like, okay, who's paying what and why, and like, let's bring this all to the light. And as it should be. I mean, now granted, some of the government spending that could be for science, and like, I get it, and especially like the smaller amounts, but like, I don't know. Like, if they're taking my taxes and then paying it on just ridiculous things, like, that wasn't approved. Like, I didn't, want a lot of that stuff. I would rather not pay taxes. That's me. I mean, I make a lot of money, and a third of it goes to someone else. And so that's not cool. Like, it's obscene. And yes, I do want to help the world, but maybe let me help the world. Let me make the decision of how much money I want to donate that I feel comfortable with. And you might be surprised. It might be up there at a third. Actually, probably not. As I say that, like, oh, geez, yeah, this is like glitched out. Look at that. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to keep playing and musing because at the end of the day, I mean, I have started back up with my Dark Souls 2 videos, so I uploaded a couple of those last night. Oh my gosh, it's like a speeder. That is cool. Hmm. Okay. So, I don't know. And then when I do the Twitch streaming, that's when I'm going to get like a lot of work done because I'm going to stream for like 1 to 3 hours almost every Sunday is what my goal is. We'll see if that actually happens because that's a big dedication. I love playing video games, but like the videos I put out last night, I only put out, well, actually, I think it was like three, but there were spaces in between. Like I do a half hour play and then like go get something to eat, go get some food. Streaming takes a lot. Like having a Twitch channel. I applaud those that actually do. Is that an armadillo? What is it? Oh, it's a pig. Okay. So, anyways, let's go raid the Illager outpost. I don't have any sympathy for these guys. All they do is they live to attack villages. So I'm gonna take your stuff. Ooh, smithing template. What can I get rid of? I don't really need clay. I don't really care about netherrack. Um, wait. Ooh, what is this? Bottle of enchanting? It's not really all that exciting. Well, ooh, I can stack them. Okay, I'll take two. Actually, wait. Well, whatever. I was gonna say all bottle of enchanting does is it gives you some experience, and as you can see, I have 142 experience. In fact, you know what? It's getting bedtime. Let's sleep in the Illager outpost. That dunk when I'm like pushing buttons when it's already like, no, you're already sleeping. So, anyways, it's just amazing. Like I really wanted to hate Trump and all his followers, but I mean, between RFK wanting to, well, first off, wanting to know who killed his relative, John F. Kennedy, which turns out the CIA did it, apparently. That's what I've heard. I haven't heard it directly from a reputable source. I've just heard it parroted by some conservative and MAGA accounts, which I don't trust them all that way because they've said a lot of outrageous things. And Trump was fact checked to have said 30,000 plus lies, misleading information, and half truths. And that is a business tactic. Like if you only have so much time to say something, you're going to make some outrageous claims and then, make other people fact check for you. And if it doesn't get fact checked, it's concealed and you get away with a lie. Like that is business tactics. It's not great business tactics. Like, oh, what is that? Okay. Oh, there's the alarm anyway. I gotta go get ready for work, but I just wanted to put it out there that like people had no problem with drug users and drug dealers getting their houses raided, but now that like this organization that could potentially be filtering out and laundering out millions of dollars and costing us taxpayers ridiculous amount. I mean, they're doing a lot of good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like it's a either or thing, like they're completely evil or they're completely good. It's like okay, but you know the government has been so quick to punish, average Americans so hard for stupid things like a weed, a plant, and yet there's people stealing millions of dollars. I want to go after the people stealing millions of dollars. Like, that's just me. I mean, I never really stole, well, I tried to never steal. There were a couple of times that I'm embarrassed about and I've made right with the people, but like on average, like stealing, it's just such a low because you're taking something from somebody that they didn't calculate into their budget. They didn't account for that. Like, they're not prepared to lose that kind of money. So, you know. But anyways, I gotta go. Ta-ta for now. I will see you in the next one. And just try to keep an open mind about the next 4 years because honestly, I don't think it's as bad as people say. Like, yeah, the rich are gonna get super rich, and that does upset me because but it wouldn't upset me so much if the poor also weren't poor. If we raised the all of the lower class into the middle class and no longer had a lower class, then I would be okay with the super rich having a lot of money. Like middle class, that's fine. I think that's fine for everybody. Like, I mean, the ones that really feel like they need to have lavish riches, okay, they might struggle a little bit, but honestly, like less is more. I mean, whereas as it is now, like a third of my money goes to this nonsense. And if it's getting stolen, I'm mad. Like, stop taking my money to go steal it. Like, you're stealing from me at that point. So, anyways, ta ta for now. I will see you in the next one.